Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss birth number 3 with life path 2, and I'm going to discuss life path 11 as well in a separate tangent. So we have birth number 3, which we know is about Jupiter. It's about expansion, growth, positivity, and wisdom for the most part. So the number 3 is a very, very positive number. In Chaldean numerology, we've often described this as having the positive winner mindset. So meaning they have a very masculine way of looking at the world, where they say, I'm going to do things myself, I'm going to integrate myself into reality and get things done. And they can very much be a one woman or one man army, especially people that are represented by the number 3 as like a birth number 3 or life path 3 very particularly. They're very much about doing things themselves, getting it done, and they're very efficient at it. For the basis of this video, what I'm referring to with the birth number 3 is people that are born the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th. For life path 3s, of course, if your full birth date adds to 3, that'll be another separate video I'll do some stuff on. But if you're a birth number 3, this affects your mindset particularly. So this means that your mind is in a state where you really feel like you can be active and do things yourself. When you integrate that with the number 2 personality, meaning a life path 2, what this gives you is a very great artistic expression. Your emotions are a little bit more under control. Usually when 2 is paired with any number, it's usually like quite a volatile thing with a lot of waves of emotions. But 3 is such a stoic number in the sense that they like to really stick to themselves. They perform, they do it for an audience, but they know deep down that they're by themselves. So this gives them a bit of stoicism in regards to life, because they know, like, truthfully, nobody cares about me, I'm just in existence, blah, blah, blah. That's how 3s feel. So when you integrate that number 2, they can be very good businessmen or women, government officials, sports or artistic expression can also be very good for them. But you guys have a lot of particular luck when it comes to business and government jobs, simply because the number 3 is simply like a number of militancy, especially in the Chaldean numerology. We consider this a really great number when it comes to being highly disciplined, militant, consistent. It's very, very different from the Western side, where they kind of say 3 needs to work on discipline. In the Eastern side, they say they mostly have it already, and then they use it to get ahead. So things like military occupation, government jobs, being a diplomat, foreign minister, liaison, whatever it may be when it comes to communication between different parties, you guys work brilliantly at. Also, when it comes to business, any sort of entrepreneurship, you guys are very good at that as well. They try to recommend when you have a life path 2 and you're a birth number 3 that you work more so within a broader organization and then move up, especially if you're born the 21st. But I would disagree. I do say that you guys have the talent to work for yourselves. You have that one man, one woman army sort of mindset. So if you're able to use that, use your ego to project you to wherever it is that you want to go, then do that. If you don't want to do that, then don't. Your bad luck name numbers that are associated with this are 6, 8, or 9. Number 6, opposite to 3. We already gone through that in the prior video. If you don't know about it, look at my prior video. Number 8, it's never really a good name number in Chaldean numerology. It just causes sort of like mishaps, accidents, etc. Number 9 is the number 2's sort of oppositions, the ops. So 2 and 9 are a no-go. I've been through this in other videos as well, but I'll review it. Mars and the moon. Mars is all about courage, passion, valor, a very good ideology, but using the mind over the heart. The number 2 is represented by the moon, using the heart over the mind, feelings. So these guys, when they get together, just complete no-go. So if you have a name number, you're more particularly going to have it in 1, 3, or 5. Number 1 will give you a lot of good sturdy action, a lot of decisiveness. The number 3 just works great with both numbers 3 and 2. And then the number 5 will make you very good for communication-based sort of businesses. So things where you're maybe in government, or you're like a liaison officer, like I was saying before, where you're doing things where you're getting different parties together. Even things such as mediation or being lawyers, anything in that sort of law enforcement works very well for you guys as well. With the number 5, it makes you very active and very popular. But if you want your business to run like water, you want money just to come to you, I'd recommend using number 5, particularly number 23 will be very, very good. The Royal Star of the Lion will give you guys the extra strength to really project yourselves into business. The number 14 or the 32 can do that same thing as well. All right. Some good luck colors for you guys would be anything sort of light colors, yellow, blue, green works okay for you guys as well. Only color to really watch out for here is red, because red is associated with Mars, which is the opposition of the moon, which is the number 2. So that's sort of like a no-go. And then the days is sort of like the same thing. You guys have good days on any day that's associated with the first, number 1, the number 3, the number 5. 6, 8, and 9 days, any conjunction of those, will give you guys a bit of hardships, particularly the 6 and 9 days. The 8 days are whatever, but 6 and 9 are ops to your birth number or your life path. No go. Be very, very careful. Good luck, like sort of gems. I kind of ruined it already. Ruby, coral, amethyst. Those work very well for you guys. It keeps you guys level-headed, activates the higher chakras, and makes sure that you guys have that sense of grounding in your life. If you're lacking grounding and courage, I'd also personally recommend shungite. Shungite is something you can just hold in your pocket, put it on like a ring form. I have sapphire, but you can put it on like a ring. And that'll help you really with your root chakra. The next best one would be ruby for you guys, where if you're lacking grounding, that's what you sort of want to use to get ahead and make sure that you always have a solid belief in yourself. Moving on to the next part of the video, we just have now the life path 11 with the birth number 3. Life path 11 has its own tangent because life path 11 is going to give the number 3 amplification. So what a lot of people overlook within numerology is that the 11 is an amplifier. When you use the 11 in multiplication tables, it's the easiest thing to remember. 11 times 1 is 11, 11 times 2 is 22, and you guys get the picture going up. So when you get it with the 3, it really, what it's doing is enhancing the 3's abilities to get ahead, the 3's ability to be expansive and have growth. So this will make somebody extra disciplined, extra militant, but extra independent as well, which can also be a bad thing, just simply because if you're too independent, you might actually push away well-wishers, people that actually want you to do good in life. And when you do that, people are going to look at you and they might even be offended that you didn't accept their help. So if you have a life path 11, 2 things to be careful of. Emotional volatility because of your high spiritual energy. You're a bridge between the spiritual realm and the material realm. And just watching out for 3's enhanced traits, because the 11 is just going to become the 3. It's just going to enhance your birth number traits and whatever your name number is. So you just want to be very, very careful there and understand that whatever I've described in the first part of the video might be amplified for you if you have a life path 11. And like I said, guys, to get your life path, there's only one specific way. It's by adding the month, day, and year of when you were born. Not all together, meaning your month. So for me, I'm May 25th, 1994. 05 for the month of May. 25 adds to 7, so I'm simplifying that to 7. And then my year is 1994, which adds to 23, which is 5. So I have 5 plus 5 plus 7. So that equals 17, which in turn equals 8. All right? So if you get your own thing, and let's say you're born May 19th, 1994, then it's going to be the same sort of thing again. You get 1994, 23 is 5, May is 5, and then that 19 simplifies to 1. That's a life path 11. All right? So that's how you can make that work and understand it. If you add all the numbers across, that's a sort of dated way of doing it. You don't want to necessarily do that. You want to break it down, simplify each point of it, and then add everything together. All right? But that should simplify this video, guys. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe. All right, that's it for today, guys. Peace.